Hello, I'm JerryDOusley, and welcome to today's edition of Spirit Bread. Today I'd like to talk to you about agony. I've always considered myself to have had pretty much of a cast-iron stomach. All my life I've been able to eat just about anything I wanted, and it shows. However, age has a way of catching up to you. How many times have you heard that one? A few years ago, my brother and I decided to take our sons to see a Pacers game in Indianapolis. We had a great time and enjoyed the bonding with our teenage sons. But after the game was over and we were driving home, we decided to stop and get a bite to eat. One of my all-time favorites has always been White Castle. There's just something about those wonderful little burgers. We stopped and went in to order. I noticed that my brother's son ordered 10 of those delicious little burgers. Then when my son and I got to the window to order, he ordered 10 too. I got to thinking that I'd always been able to out-eat anybody I was with, and I wasn't going to be outdone by these two youngsters. Hey, you get a better price for buying 10 anyway. I thought, if they can do it, so can I. My brother wasn't so brave, or maybe stupid's the correct word. We made our purchase and decided to eat in the car on the way home to save time. So I began to chow down on my White Castles. After 6, I began to feel a bit full, but I was determined to keep up with these two growing boys. I ate them all. What a man. But as with everything, there's always a price to pay. One of my uncles said, education is expensive no matter how you get it. I should have remembered that. I got into bed and fell off to sleep almost immediately. But then, sometime in the night, I awoke with my stomach tied in knots. How can I put this politely? God gave us 2 openings to release built-up gas in our bodies. At this moment, both were working overtime. I think White Castle has another advertising feature that they haven't explored. Eating enough of their wonderful little burgers will also give you exercise. Move over, Jared. I know, because all night long I was running from the bedroom to the bathroom. Now, I still eat White Castles, and they are still one of my favorites. I'm not trying to give them a bad publicity here, but as with anything, we gotta eat with modesty. I prayed, God, if you'll just let me live through the night, I'll promise I'll never eat 10 White Castles in one sitting again. What a gracious God we have, because He did let me live through the night. I have honored that promise to God. Of course, there's a lot of incentive there, because I never tried to eat 10 of those burgers since. And as long as I retain the brain cells with the memory of that night, I won't. We all overdo it at times, don't we? We push ourselves until we get overly fatigued or even sick. When we do that, God has put a wonderful system in our bodies that makes us stop and get relief from our problems, whether we want to or not. Why does God let us do that? He knows that sometimes the best knowledge that we can obtain is through experience. Bad experiences should teach us the simple lesson of don't do that again. Why is it, though, that some people seem to never learn? They just keep going back to the same old thing that never worked before. People sin, get into trouble, beg God to bail them out. He does, and then in a short while they go right back to the same thing that got them into trouble in the first place. I can't understand that, but I'm reminded by White Castle. People are like that, but God is an infinitely merciful God. He wants us to come to Him once and for all. When you are in agony, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally, remember that God is your answer. He will bring you relief, whether through a good doctor or a good friend to advise you or through His Word. He's always there. He never leaves. Only we do. Remember that the next time you're in agony. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for joining us. We invite you to find out more by visiting our website at www.spiritbread.com. You're also welcome to email us at JOUSLEY@spiritbread.com. Take God with you wherever you go and in whatever you do, and have a wonderful day. Join us next time for another edition of Spirit Bread.